if you agree, how many times have we made like really dumb decisions, bad decisions, right? And thought back to ourselves, what the hell was I thinking? If I had just done X, Y, Z, A, B, C, right?
Which was way easier.
Way easier. But we convinced ourselves, this is the only way. This is the only way this can happen. Or that all these doors were closed and this was the only door. It's not the only door.
That brings up a lot for me. I'm over here thinking that probably happens so much more than we actually realize.
Yes.
Yeah, where you're like, damn, we really were focused on this one door so much. Probably because of something in a period of our life that we were focused on. You know, and then you look back and you're like, man, if I actually got outside of my blinders that I had on, I would have seen that there was a whole world of options. And I think a lot of people can take stuff from that because I know even me at this stage in my life, you know, I'm in the beginning of my 30s, but at the same time, something about the end of your 20s that brings reflection, I feel like, where you look back on your entire 20s and your teen years and growing up. I look back on a lot of situations that I felt the exact same way about that you just said, where I felt like it was a linear path in my eyes at the time. But looking back on it and being more educated now on the subject, and obviously hindsight is 20/20. But you look at it and you're like, damn, maybe if I slowed down and I actually evaluated where I was, not from the perspective of me being in it right now, but thinking in the future about worst case scenario, how this may affect me in the future, and what I may think years from now if I look back on this situation, as opposed to me just focusing on it in that moment. I think I would make a lot of different decisions if I did that more often. Yeah. So thank you for that.
And I'm not, let me be clear about this too. I'm not saying that we make decisions that we would not have made if we were in a stronger position and therefore we should feel guilty about those things.
No.
Because it is what it is and you've done what you've done, right?
You got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely. What I'm saying is, I lost a job once, and I could not see how I was going to pay all these damn bills.
Yeah, it was just...
I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had all those damn bills. So
it's like they pop up.
You know what I'm saying? When the check stopped coming, you're like...
Did the bills multiply? I
was like, I pay bills the whole month. I thought you only pay bills the first week of the month, right? I'm like, God. I couldn't see how in the world I was going to be able to do that because I was so used to doing it a certain way.
Habit.
Only to discover at the moment I invited the spirit of allowing myself to adjust, allowing myself to be flexible.
Open to change.
To be the willow.
Yeah.
And not the oak. Right?
Yeah.
Because the oak won't move in the wind. So he breaks. But the willow bends and lives.
Yes, we got to be like water.
And the moment I decided to allow myself to be like the willow, I survived. Different things came that I could not have foreseen.
Yeah, because you would have been
They showed up because I said, I'm going to adjust.
Yeah, because you can't expect different results doing the same thing. I mean, that's literally the definition.
No, but that's a different point.
But you get what I'm saying.
The point I'm making is when you adjust, when you say, I am open. I'm open. Open to what? I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I'm open. Any way you want to bless me.
Yeah.
Any way you want to make me better, I'm open to it. Come to me. Yeah. Come into my life. That's the moment where you begin to understand, I'm going to be all right. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. Because if that doesn't work out, this will. And if this doesn't work out, that will. And if he don't call me back, she will.
Yeah. You just got to keep on trying. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, I love that. I feel like people are going to be able to take from that for sure because that's deep. That's powerful too.
Yeah, don't be so desperate, people.
Yeah, and that's really a word that came into mind when we were talking about that was the decisions usually that are the worst ones come when you feel desperate.
Yeah.
And most of us are never in a position where we're desperate. I think, you know, as long as we are breathing and we got, you know, air in our lungs and we're alive and we're healthy, you're not in a position where you should feel that you are a desperate person.
Now you may not be comfortable anymore.
You might be highly uncomfortable.
But that's different from being desperate.
It's different from being desperate. I feel like desperate is a mentality.
Well, I mean,
where you're almost willing to do anything to just feel more comfortable. And you know, it's a slippery slope. I get it.
I mean, my point is, let's pull these two things apart, right? To be desperate is a condition of serious, unavoidable, grinding, meticulous need.
Yeah.
I am desperate.
Like life and death.
Whatever it may be.
It feels like life and death for you.
Being uncomfortable is not that.
Yeah.
It means that your normal pattern, your normal way of achieving comfort and pleasure and happiness has been interrupted.
Yeah.
The ways that you normally get it done, you can't do that anymore. That's not desperation.
Yeah.
That's being uncomfortable.
Use it for it.
And that's why I'm pulling the two things apart.
When you pull them apart, you
got to know which one you are. Are you in desperation or are you just uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Because I can understand you doing some things in desperation that I can't understand you doing just because you was uncomfortable.
Lack of comfort.
Come on now. Yeah. Make me throw this shoe at the camera.
And that's an accountability. And
most people, I'm sorry to cut you off, but most people don't know the difference.
Yeah.
And we allow other people to convince us that we're desperate when we're really just uncomfortable.
That's it.
And people will manipulate you
into making desperate
when you're not even desperate.
Yeah.
You have more help than you realize. Yeah. You got more support than you've asked for. You got more trying to work towards your good than you have even considered. Yeah. And you sitting in here about to lose your mind.
Feeling desperate.
Right. When the truth is you just uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
Come on here. Don't get me started. I'm ready.
Yeah, no, I feel that. One of the things my coaches used to teach us when I first got in college, because, you know, playing at the Division I level for basketball is really, really intense. And there's not really anything that can prepare you for that until you get thrown in it, right? So what he would tell us, our strength and conditioning coach, was you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And he would push us to a point before we even started practice, to the point where we were at pure exhaustion, and then start practice, because then we would have to start thinking while we were tired and getting used to, he wanted us to get used to thinking and being logical and doing things that we would do out of habit when we're not tired, the same way when we're exhausted, you know, and uncomfortable. And I feel like that was a strong lesson for me, just like what you said, because once you get comfortable being uncomfortable, you'll never be feeling desperate about anything, because now you understand this is just a lack of comfort right now. I'll have a disruption in my pattern of life that had me feeling happier than I am right now.
I on the YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see, make sure you like and comment and share, because we got to spread the joy, people. That's how it goes. See you next time.